পার্শিয়াল ডিফারেনশিয়াল ইকুয়েশনের ধারাবাহিক লেকচার পর্বে আপনাদের স্বাগতম। আজকের আলোচনার বিষয়বস্তু ল্যাপ্লাস ইকুয়েশন। চলুন শুরু করা যাক। Two-dimensional heat equation is del U by del T is equal to C square del square U by del X square plus del square U by del Y square. In a steady state, U is independent of time. The del U by del T is equal to 0. So the equation on becomes del square U by del X square plus del square U by del Y square is equal to 0, which is called Laplace equation. To solve the Laplace equation by method of separation variable, let us assume that U of xt is equal to x of x into y of y. Now del square U by del x square, now partial differentiating of the equation 3, then we get del square U by del x square is equal to x double prime y, and del square U by del y square is equal to xy prime. Now putting these values in equation 2, then we get x double prime y plus x y double prime is equal to 0. So x double prime y is equal to minus x y double prime. Simplify, then we get x double prime divided by x is equal to minus y double prime by y is equal to k. Duri it's equal to k. So x double prime by x is equal to k, and minus y double prime by y is equal to k. So now x double prime by x is equal to k, such that x double prime minus kx is equal to 0. Again minus y double prime by y is equal to k, by y double prime plus ky is equal to 0. Now case 1 আমরা বসাবো, একবার k is equal to 0 এই সমীকরণে 4 এবং 5 নম্বর সমীকরণ, একবার k is equal to 0 বসাবো, একবার k is equal to positive and k is equal to negative. Case 1, when k is equal to 0, then from the equation 4 and 5, then we get x double prime is equal to 0. Now the first integrating, then we get x prime is equal to c1. Second integrating, then we get c1x plus c2. Again y double prime is equal to 0. First integrate y prime is equal to c1. Second integrate y equal to c3y plus c4. এখানে c1 হবে না, এখানে c3 হবে, এখানে হবে c3 is a constant term, যেহেতু c1 c2 দিছে এখানে c3 হবে। Now from the equation 3, then we get u is equal to xy is equal to x is equal to c1x plus c2, and y is equal to c3y plus c4. This is the required equation. Again, case when k is positive, let k is equal to p square. Then from the equation 4 and 5, then we get x double prime minus p square x is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation m square minus p square is equal to 0. So m is equal to plus minus p. So the required solution of the equation x equal to c1 e to the power px plus c2 e to the power minus px. আমরা আগে জানি যে এটা হচ্ছে ইকুয়েশন, এটা লিনিয়ার হোমোজেনিয়াস ইকুয়েশন যদি থাকে আমরা কি করব, এইভাবে সলিউশন বের করতে হয়। অক্সিলারি ইকুয়েশন পার্টিকুলার ইন্টিগ্রাল বের করে আমাদেরকে সলিউশন বের করতে হয়। Again y double prime is plus p square y is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation m square plus p square is equal to 0. So m is equal to plus minus pi. So the required solution y equal to c3 cos py plus c4 sin py. Now from the equation 3 then we get the putting x এবং y এর মান আমরা যদি 3 নম্বর ইকুয়েশনে বসাই then we get c1 e to the power px plus c2 e to the power minus px into c3 cos py plus c4 sin py. Again case 3, when k is negative let k is equal to minus p square. Then from the equation 4 and 5 then we get x double prime plus p square x is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation m square plus p square is equal to 0. So m is equal to plus minus pi. So the required solution of the equation x is equal to c1 cos px plus c2 sin px. Again y double prime minus p square y is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation m square minus p square is equal to 0. M is equal to plus minus p. So the required solution of the equation y is equal to c3 e to the power minus py plus c4 e to the power minus py. So the value of x and y in the equation 3 then we get c1 cos px plus c2 sin px into c3 e to the power py plus c4 e to the power minus py. 3. Possible solution by method of separation variable. E of xy is equal to c1 x plus c2 into c3 y plus c4, and u is equal to xy equal to c1 e to the power px plus c2 e to the power minus px into c3 cos py plus c4 sin py, and u of xy is equal to c1 cos px plus c2 sin px into c3 e to the power py plus c4 e to the power minus py. This is the 3 possible solution of the Laplace equation. Among 3 solution we are to find the solution which satisfy করবে initial এবং boundary condition কে. In particular, if u tends to 0 as y tends to infinity for all x, then most suitable solution u of xy is equal to c1 cos px plus c2 sin px into c3 e to the power py plus c4 e to the power minus py. So যখন y tends to infinity জন্য u এর মান 0, then তখন আমাদের most suitable solution এটা. If it is finite, that it is suitable only c3 is equal to 0. This equation finite হবে যদি c3 is equal to 0 হয়. So c3 is equal to 0 putting this equation, then we get u of xy is equal to c1 cos px plus c2 sin px into c4 e to the power minus py. If u tends to 0 as x tends to infinity, if x tends to infinity জন্য u tends to 0 হয় for all values of y, then the most suitable solution of the equation u of xy is equal to c on e to the power px plus c2 e to the power minus px into c3 cos py plus c4 sin py. If it is finite, that is suitable only c1 is equal to 0. আর finite হবে equation যদি c1 is equal to 0 হয়. Laplace equation under boundary condition and initial value condition. এখন আমরা দেখব যে Laplace ইকুয়েশনে যদি বাউন্ডারি এবং ইনিশিয়াল কন্ডিশন দেওয়া থাকে তাহলে কিভাবে সলভ করব, আমরা অ্যাপ্লাই করব কিভাবে. Laplace equation is del square u by del x square plus del square u by del y square is equal to 0, and boundary condition u of x infinity is equal to 0 and u of 0 comma y is equal to 0 and u of L comma y is equal to 0. This is boundary condition. And initial condition u of x is 0 is equal to f of x. যদি u of x tends to infinity হয়, যদি x comma infinity is equal to 0, অর্থাৎ y টেন্ডস টু ইনফিনিটির জন্য যদি u ইকুয়াল টু 0 যদি হয় তাহলে মোস্ট সুইটেবল সলিউশন অফ দ্য ইকুয়েশন হচ্ছে u of xy is equal to c1 cos px plus c2 sin px c4 e to the power minus py. Now using the condition u of 0y is equal to 0, then c1 cos 0 degree অর্থাৎ x এর মান যখন 0, so c1 cos 0 plus c2 sin 0 c4 e to the power minus py is equal to 0. So cos 0 degree এর মান 1 এবং sin 0 degree মান 0, so c1 plus 0 into c4 e to the power minus py is equal to 0. So c1 is equal to 0, যেখানে c4 is not is equal to 0 এবং e to the power minus py is equal to not is equal to 0. That is not is equal to 0. এখানে c1 c4. So the equation 2 reduced to u of xy is equal to c2 sin px into c4 e to the power minus py. And using the condition u of ly is equal to 0, then u of l comma y is equal to 0. So x এর মান যখন l, then x এর মান আমার l বসায় পাই the equation 3 তে c2 sin pl c4 e to the power minus py is equal to 0. যেখানে c4 is not 0, e to the power minus px is not 0 এবং c2 is not 0, so sin pl is equal to 0, sin pl is equal to sin n pi, so p equal to n pi by l. Sin n pi is equal to 0. So the equation 3 reduced to u of xy is equal to c1 sin n pi x l c4 minus n pi y by l. Simplify that u of xy is equal to bn sin n pi x by l e to the power minus n pi y by l. So the general solution of the equation u of xy is equal to summation n tends to 1 থেকে infinity bn sin n pi x by l e to the power minus n pi y by l. So where যেখানে bn Fourier half range sine series. So we can write bn is equal to 2 by l integration of 0 থেকে l f of x sin px dx. Putting the value of bn in equation 4, then we obtain the solution of the equation under the boundary and initial value condition. Again, when যখন boundary condition u of x tends to infinity, u tends to 0, অর্থাৎ u of x comma u of infinity y is equal to 0, u of x 0 is equal to 0, u of x l is equal to 0, and initial condition u of 0 y is equal to gx, then the most suitable solution of the equation u of x y equal to c2 e to the power minus px c3 cos py plus c4 sin py. Now using the condition u of x0 is equal to 0, so c2 e to the power minus px c3 cos 0 plus c4 sin 0 is equal to 0, so c2 e to the power minus px c3 plus 0 is equal to 0, so c3 is equal to 0, যেখানে e to the power minus px এখানে x হবে, e to the power minus px is not is equal to 0. So the equation 2 reduced to u of xy is equal to c2 e to the power minus px c4 sin py. And using the condition u of xl is equal to 0, then we get c2 e to the power minus px c4 sin pl is equal to 0. So sin pl is equal to 0, যেখানে c4 is not 0, e to the power minus px is not 0, c2 is not 0, so sin pl is equal to sin n pi, কারণ sin 0 is equal to কি লেখা যায়, sin n pi লেখা যায়. P is equal to n pi by L. Putting these values in equation 3, then we get u of xy is equal to c2 e to the power minus n pi x by L, c4 sin n pi y by L. To simplify that, u of xy is equal to bn e to the power minus n pi x by L sin n pi x by sin n pi y by L. এখানে y হবে sin n pi y by L. So the general solution of the equation u of xy is equal to summation n tends to 1 থেকে infinity bn e to the power minus n pi x by L sin n pi y by L. এখানে y হবে sin n pi y by L. Where bn the Fourier half range sine series, then we can write bn is equal to 2 by L integration of 0 থেকে L f of y sin px dx, যেখানে p is equal to n pi by L, so sin pi n pi lx n pi by lx dx. Putting these values of putting the value of bn in equation 4, then we obtain the solution of the equation on with boundary value condition. Thank you for all. যদি আমার ভিডিও ভালো লেগে থাকে তাহলে সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন।